How you guys doing today? This is Darius from Down on the TV. Welcome to the channel. So we're back again and we're talking about our favorite subject, polygyny or polygamy. But polygamy, anybody can have multiple wives. But we're talking about polygyny, where only men can have multiple wives because women having multiple men is disgusting and it's haram. So we're not talking about that. But we just for the comments. Anyways, so we're talking about a situation with Neo. Neo has recently divorced his wife. He's coming straight from the courthouse, and he has two, not one. He has two young ladies, two very attractive women, and he talks about polygyny or polygamy should be legal. That it should be something that is natural for every man to do, which it is. Men have extremely high sex drives, and men who have the means to take care of their families should marry more than one woman. The government shouldn't be involved, and wealthy men are pseudo doing this anyway by dating multiple women. They're not marrying them, so that's actually bad for society in the long term because we have a huge single motherhood rate. But let's hear what Neo has to say after coming from the courthouse with his two lovely ladies.
As an advocate of dating multiple women at once, being married before, what are your thoughts on legalizing polygamy?
Legalizing polygamy? I didn't know it was illegal.
It's illegal. Well, you can't get married, but you can obviously have more than one girlfriend.
I feel like in the realm of love and romance, you should let people do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah,
Can't see how it's hurting anybody.
exactly. Do you think it should be legalized?
Sure, why not?
Would you fight with the at the in DC with the lawmakers?
No, because to be honest, I don't need the government to tell me what it is I can and can't do.
Yeah.
It's my personal life. So
But if you wanted to get married to more than one woman, would you consider doing that? Or would you want to even get married to multiple women?
I don't know.
Yeah?
So the thing about it is, you don't need the government to be married. Marriage is a religious institution anyway. Marriage is a ceremonial religious institution. The government only gets involved when it comes to the property and assets. That's when they come in and ruin the marriages. The family court should be completely abolished because it has destroyed countless families. A lot of domestic disputes can be done in house within the family, and that's how it was done. Alimony, child support, men, you don't need to force men to take care of their families. Most men will take care of their families if they have full authority and say over their wives and children. You get men who are dismissive when they don't have a say, when they only have visitation rights, when the woman uses the family court as a way to get back at him because she's mad at him. But you don't need the government involved to have multiple wives. You can just have multiple wives and marry in the spirit, as I say.
Depends on the situation. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. At the end of the day, the people I love know I love them and they love me.
But why don't you write songs about dating multiple women? You're always just like, gassing up one.
And that's pretty much it to it. That's pretty much the sauce for that. Basically, he don't want the government involved in his business. And a lot of trad women, traditional women, Christian women, talk about they Christian, but they're not cool with a man having multiple wives. And you got biblical backing that you can have multiple wives. Many great men of God had multiple wives. There's a list. They got a list of men in the Bible who had multiple wives. Abraham had them, Jacob, Isaac, all of them had multiple wives. You see this list. King David had multiple wives. King Solomon, regular men had them. Gideon had multiple wives. It's all in the Bible. He had three women and he had like 10 sons, or he had 10 sons and, and many wives. It talks about it. So you have biblical backing. You have it. You have biblical backing that you can have multiple wives. It's not a sin to have multiple wives. Nowhere in the Bible where it say you're gonna go to hell for having multiple women, and it's natural. Long as you take care of them, the women, you keep them in your household and you take care of them, then you're good. Men want to take care of their families. So all of that, like you don't need the family court in any of this. Men will take care of their families. You don't have to force them. The problem comes into play when when the government get involved and they try to put a man on child support, alimony, and then he can't see his kids but during visitation, supervised. That pisses off men and it makes them detached because now she's weaponizing the system to take away his authority and his say over his kids because now he doesn't have say in his household. So that's where the single motherhood rate skyrockets because the family courts gets in the way. Countries that have multiple have polygamy that's legal. See, Afghanistan, Algeria, Ghana, Pakistan, Russia, Kenya, Morocco, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. All these all these countries have it's legal to have multiple wives, and most of these countries don't have a high single motherhood rate. See, all these countries you can have multiple wives, and their societies are stable. Many people will argue, oh, it's unsustainable. Not every man wants multiple wives or can afford it. Your income will dictate whether you can afford to have multiple women or not. And if the father has authority and say over who the woman marries, then you don't have to worry about all these guys creating single moms and chaos because if the father has say on who she marries, he has the final say and he filters out, then you don't really have to worry about that. So people saying that's unsustainable. Well, these countries they're not collapsed. Like Ghana, Kenya, Russia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Morocco, they haven't collapsed. They're good. So you can have a functioning society where you have polygamy or polygyny is the proper term. But anyways, like I said, it's you have biblical backing. And the Lord talks about in John 14:13, he speaks about that. Let me pull it up. He says that in John 14:13 through 14, he says, and whatever so ye shall ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. So if ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. So if you ask for anything in the Lord's name to glorify him, he'll do it for you. Lord, please bless me with multiple women, multiple wives, that I may show your glory in it. Because I want to have multiple kids and I want multiple women because it's in my heart and my delight. And he'll do it for you. He understands your heart. So either way, like I said, I just wanted to touch base on this. I thought it was interesting what I saw on Twitter. And we can look at the comments too of what people were saying on there. It's quite interesting. Go over there and look at the comments. Because some people were complaining, Andrew Tate, his stance. He gonna say standard, standard procedure. Of course, men should have multiple wives. And then you just got some people. Somebody said the boy upgraded with two baddies. I'm like, he did. He got two very attractive black women. So it's a good thing. And one guy said, as it should be, polygamy is the future. I wouldn't say it's the future because, like I said, you can't really have polygamy like that unless male authority is there. Because otherwise, it'll just be chaos. Like People would rather have this current system of hookup culture. You know why? Because the women have the final say. Women rather be in chaos where there's no structure and it's single motherhood, but they have the choice to choose the Pookies and Ray Rays and the fuck ups than to be where men have control over their dating, but they're with a good man. He got good money. He loves you. He gonna take care of you. He ain't gonna leave you. They don't want that. Women don't want that. Women would rather destroy their lives and have that choice to than for their fathers and men who are more sound mind to make that choice for them where they're not in chaos. So, like I said, and then people just like, man, he upgraded with two baddies after divorce, man of the year. Everybody talking about his women. He upgraded. He got a divorce. He said, man, he upgraded. He got him. They said this man went from the gentleman to an inspiring Hugh Hefner. No, Hugh Hefner was a degenerate. He had all those women he manipulated using the money. Like Hugh Hefner was a degenerate. Now Neo's doing the natural thing. So it's crazy. Like he, and one guy said he must come back to Africa where it is widely recognized or join Muslim faith. You can have polygyny here. You ain't got to go nowhere. You don't need the family court to get married. You can marry in the spirit. You don't need the government in your business. That's what people don't understand. You don't need. It's a religious thing anyway. The government's not involved. It shouldn't be involved in it. It's a religious thing. But like I said, I don't want to hit too long. But this is Darius from Down on TV. Please like, click, and subscribe. I need my subscriber rate to go up. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So please, you guys, please like, click, and subscribe. I'm out.